Hey everybody, this is my lesson on 10.4 and we're going to combine 10.5 to this because they are the same thing over area of trapezoids. And to give you an idea of what trapezoids are all about, you have a figure where it's a quadrilateral, 4 sides, and then 2 of the sides are parallel and the other 2 sides are not parallel at all. So, math vocabulary, this line on the bottom runs this way, this line on the bottom runs that way. They run in the same direction, they are parallel. And as you can see, this line runs in the opposite direction of this one, so they are not parallel, and that's what makes a trapezoid. So we're going to find the area of trapezoids today again, how many square units can cover a shape without any gaps or any overlays. And we take this a little bit further as far as a formula because you really have to use PEMDAS as you go through this. So the area of a trapezoid, the formula is taking a base plus a base. And I'm telling you right now that the bases are these parallel sides that you see. So when you go through that, sometimes trapezoids could run this way vertically rather than horizontally. But anytime you see the 2 lines running in the same direction, those are your bases. So if you're following PEMDAS, if it's in parentheses, you have to do that first. So what I'm going to do is just kind of walk through the formula and do the problem at the same time. So it doesn't matter which one is base 1 or base 2, because if you add them up, you still get the same answer, like 3 plus 8 is 11 and 8 plus 3 is 11. So I'm just going to simply take base 1, base 2, which is 10 plus 6, and I'm going to get the number 16. Following PEMDAS, yeah, it says in PEMDAS that multiplication comes first and division comes second. However, when that's all you're left with, this is from a couple months ago in class, is that when you have multiplication and division left over, or that's the last thing to do, you simply follow it left to right. So I have division coming first. So what do is take my 16 that I got as a sum, and then I divide it by 2. So 16 divided by 2 would be a quotient of 8. And then the last thing I do, according to PEMDAS, is take it times the height. And the height of this trapezoid is 5 centimeters. So I take 8 times 5 centimeters, and I come up with an area of 40. So again, just like every area formula that we've done, the label is always something squared because you're finding how much space a 2-dimensional shape can take up. So in this case, if I have centimeters, the area of this trapezoid is 40 centimeters squared. And that's how you calculate that formula with those numbers. So parentheses first, when that sum is added up, go left to right, divide your answer by 2, take it times the height. For this trapezoid, a little bit different looking one, but again, by definition, it is a trapezoid. You have one set of parallel lines, and then the other set of lines are not parallel. This one runs up and down. This one runs diagonally, going down from left to right. So as I said on the previous problem, your 2 bases are your 2 parallel lines. So in this case, base 1 and base 2, looks like I have my parallel lines of 22 and 16. So I'm going to add those up first, and 22 plus 16 should give me 38. So that part is done. We don't have to worry about that anymore. So following PEMDAS, the next step I do is divide by 2. And 38 divided by 2 should be 19. So that part's done. And then the last thing I need to do is take it times the height, and the height of this trapezoid is 14. So 19 times 14 should give us an answer of, and I'm not working it out, I know, should be 266. And again, my label is centimeters, and I'm finding area, so I have to have an exponent of 2. So 266 centimeters squared is the area of that trapezoid. Okay, last one then. This trapezoid, again, by definition, you have parallel line, and you have a line running in this direction and a line running in that direction. So four-sided figure, that is a trapezoid. So my bases are the two parallel lines. So I add them, and 11 plus 5 is 16. And then the next part of this n is take 16 divided by 2. And that gives us 8. And then the last part is take the answer there times the height. So the height of this trapezoid is 8 feet. So 8 times 8 feet should be 64. And the label would be feet squared or with an exponent of 2. And that's how you do area of a trapezoid. Some of the problems today may have decimals. Some of them might have mixed numbers. Just be aware of that. But if you follow this formula every single time, you should be in good shape as long as you calculate correctly. So just remember that the way to start off is your bases is your parallel lines. Add those together. Take that sum divided by 2. And then when you divide by 2, take the quotient times the height. Just remember your label is sum unit squared. So that is what you're doing for 10.4 and 10.5. Again, as always, please email me if you have questions. Let me know if you need help. And have a good one. Enjoy your day.